Assalamu alaikum, Muslim brothers and sisters. Look, I know you're probably wondering, what is this? Is this another course selling financial freedom? Like, is it crypto? Is it trading? Is it Amazon FBA? Is it drop shipping? Look, I have created this one-to-one mentorship program where I literally sit down with individuals and guide them every step of the way, handheld guidance to actually getting this digital marketing agency started, which inshallah eventually will become passive. So how can this program help Muslim 9 to 5ers start a digital marketing agency within 12 weeks? So firstly, who is this for? So at the moment, look, this is only for Muslims at the moment because I want to really give back to the community first and then obviously branch out to other people, right? Second, there's no experience required. Like everything will be given A to Z. Again, I've actually recorded a step-by-step interview with one of the successful students, how he actually went through the 12-week process and what sort of results he got. So we'll get on to that. But anyway, thirdly, you understand that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You will have to put at least 45 minutes a day for the first 3 to 5 weeks. And inshallah, after that, we should be able to start automating things. Lastly, is you have the financial resources to invest to get this started. Because again, it takes money to make money, right? So what is it that I'm teaching? What is it that we're starting? The digital marketing agency industry is currently worth 500 billion, and it will be worth by 2030 1.3 trillion. And that is solely because, look, what is marketing? Getting people's eyeballs, the right people's eyeballs on what you have to offer. And the old methods of marketing like billboards, flyers, all that good stuff, it isn't as effective anymore. Because why? Where are most people's eyeballs now? On their phones. So that is why we use Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, right? Now, the best thing is, as I mentioned, no experience required, is because what we're planning on doing is once you acquire a client, wherever you live, whether it's Canada, US, UK, when you get the client, I'll basically give you, I'll supply people for you to actually them to deliver the actual results or run the Facebook ads. So you don't need to run the Facebook ads. They will be based in third world countries. They have the skills. They have the screenshots of testimonials of Facebook ads and TikTok ads, and they just lack communication. That's where you will come in and then basically get clients, right? So how can I guarantee within 12 weeks that you will get to at least $7,000 to $10,000 a month, right? So an average retainer, obviously these businesses, let's say you do work with them for the first month, they grow a bit, they won't just want to stop there. It's a monthly retainer. You basically be a part of their business, right? So an average retainer costs anywhere from 1 to 2K, and 1K is pretty like realistic that it will happen. And again, you're growing with the industry needs this sort of stuff. Every business wants to grow. All we need to do is find businesses that have a big enough pain and can afford at least whatever you're offering. So let's say if you bring them this many potential people, this many potential eyeballs, let's say for example a construction company, it might mean to them 50,000 in revenue. Why the hell wouldn't they give you 1 to 2,000? Right now, so you're probably wondering, I don't know how to sell. I've never done this before. I know. That is why I've created this in a way where you don't need to know how to sell. And we're not really selling anything. You're just going to be using certain systems that I give you. And look, all business is numbers, right? The world is literally made off of numbers, right? Every business runs off of numbers. It's not just blind luck, right? So again, if you're working in a company, how the hell do they predict their revenue next month? And how the hell are they able to pay you your monthly salary? It's because they have their numbers dialed in. They know their numbers. And then there's always an average, right? So what we need is literally 30 calls. 30 calls. Again, you will use my system to book those 30 calls. And industry standard, like literally 25% is a depressing rate. Like on the worst case scenario, you'll convert 25%. And which is seven clients. So all you need is 4 to 7 deals to actually get to $7,000 to $10,000 a month. So this is pretty realistic. And again, don't hear it from me. This is a pretty realistic process that I've laid out week 1 to 12, which again, I've recorded a video with one of my successful students. He's only at week 7 at the moment, and he's already 5K plus. Plus, he also has 2 verbal deals, which he's going to mention in the call. So again, have a look at that video, see how you understand it, and I'll see you after that. So I wanted to record this quick video kind of explaining the process. Like this is just to explain how this whole program works. And I thought it would be much more powerful if someone who's already gone through the process and like someone who already understands the industry now by actually doing it would tell you about how he's done it, how his experience was with me. Right. So this is Salman. I'll let him introduce himself. So Salman, just tell us like where you're from, like what sort of 9 to 5 work do you do, and like tell us about your family.
Yeah, I'm based in Toronto, originally from Pakistan. I am a chartered accountant by profession, and I have I it's me and my wife and my 2-year-old daughter, and
Mashallah.
that's about it. Yeah.
100%, 100%. And like Salman, we've also previously worked together before on like mindset work, because Sierra Coaching obviously used to offer mindset as well, which is now included in all programs. So we worked previously before, like his agency. So his agency basically helps accounting business owners, right? So just you were telling me something uh, that happened yesterday. Now again, people have a lot of worry about people actually not being genuine with their results and all that stuff. So, like, say wallahi, what exact results you got yesterday?
Yeah. I'll actually go one day before. I was doing I was doing some work for the agency, and I was literally I was doing busy work, not actually taking the decisive actions and sort of the needle pushing activities, right? At that point, I realized through the coaching, I was like, no, all I'm doing is pretending that I'm busy. So I was like, no, let me stop. Let me reach out to my clients, my leads, right? It was a very difficult decision to overcome, but I was like, I just got on the call, I spoke to a client, and I'm pretty sure that in the next couple of days she's gonna transfer over her retainer for like $1,500 worth of business.
Mhm.
And coming to yesterday, similar story, but I was like, no, I need to keep this track going. I literally locked in a client for $800. Literally, I was like 20-minute call, and then later on in the day, I'm almost positive that I'm going to lock this client as well. He's going to pay us $3,500, and he said he's inclined towards me, and he spoke like 6 different companies, and it's between me and somebody who's been doing it for like decades.
Mhm.
So I think if you just get the right mindset and you know you can do it, and you just put your mind, honestly, the sky's the limit.
100%. So, like, just to summarize it, it's not been long since you've been trying to do this. It's literally very recent. And like we talked about a couple of things, the mental barriers most people have, and those are the sort of results. So, cash collected wise, in the past 2 to 3 days, you've done well. Like, you've done very well, especially after like doing a 9 to 5, having a very busy lifestyle with your kids, everything, right? So again, I just want you to explain the program, right? So we haven't covered much of it, but just to explain it to people who are thinking of starting this and like want to do this, or like have already taken the decision to actually go ahead with this, and the sort of results that they can expect, right? So if you can just explain, like there's a flow diagram in front of you, kind of explaining the step-by-step process on how this all works. Like if you can just explain what happens week 1 to 12, like what happens week 1.
Well, we want to simply just getting to understand the business and just trying to be able to. You said right. It's all about mindset. Like if you've not done this before, you need to just think like a business owner. A lot of times we think that what you're taught in our job is you have to first know everything before you even take a step. The Prophet ﷺ never knew how to do trading before he joined Hazrat Khadija, right?
Yeah,
But
100%.
he informed everyone.
Exactly. So week 1, what we just focus on is, I understand I've specifically designed this program for Muslims in a 9 to 5, like who have no experience, just want to work from home. And firstly, we just cover week 1, how this business works. Second is literally just understanding the mindset, how to actually think like a business owner. So let's move on to week 2. What happens in week 2?
Well, week 2 hours, I'm just gonna help you find the most profitable niche, right? And it's just gonna just make sure that you're doing well. He's holding your hand. What I would say at this point is just you need to be a little bit careful that you're not actually starting to compete with other people in the program, right? Because that's the last thing you'd want. We're
Yeah,
here
exactly. And that's what I basically whatever niche people pick, I help them pick, and kind of tweak their offers so that it's very different from other people. Like you pick accountancies, and I don't want people to think like working with accountants is the best way. It's just because you had knowledge of it. You felt, like I say, heart and mind should be together. Like you feel like it's right and logically makes sense. But anyways, I don't want to confuse people that a specific niche is good. But that's the main thing, right? So again, like week 2 is basically once we pick the niche together, and then I basically help you find someone in a third world country who knows Facebook ads, TikTok ads, or whatever the delivery mechanism is, on how you're going to help the business. And so that you can kind of make that into a passive income stream, right? That's how it becomes passive, by you not actually doing the work yourself. And you don't need to know how to run these ads. That's the main thing. So let's move on to week 3. Like, what happens usually in week 3?
Honestly, at that point, I mean, from what from my experience, it was literally just leaning on you for support, for personal support, and just being ready to get going at that point.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm always giving you action steps through the 24/7 message support, one-to-ones, like personal tailored support according to what you need to do, and you just need to execute on those actions. And then comes on week 4. Like, I'll let you explain week 4.
Yeah, it's according to the program, it's just literally just setting up your client acquisition systems, your funnels, and how do you actually sort of put your business out there, and so that other businesses can just see you.
Yeah, exactly. And the idea is the more people see you through those client acquisition systems, the more chances of results you get, right? So week 5, what happens in week 5?
By then, inshallah, you should have at least 1, 2, 3 clients. And again, I'll hone in on the I'll really want to drive the message here home, is that you don't need to know every nitty-gritty about it. Like, I know you've helped me. Like, being an accountant, I still didn't know everything. So it's just sort of putting your trust in a line, putting your trust in the program that you are in, and just going with the flow.
100%. And like, look, the way we started off, you got a couple of clients, then it came to a phase where you were doing a lot of busy work, like you mentioned at the start. You went this kind of slump, which happens in every business owner, happens, right? Especially if you haven't done business before. But again, you picked it up, we talked about things, you executed, and you got back up. So you're doing incredibly well for someone who barely puts in time into this business. Like, and how much return you're actually getting, right? It's just all by you doing the actions. And week 7, I'll let you take over. Week 6 to 7.
Yeah, I mean, the next couple of weeks is just making sure that you're reaching out, like you've hired or hiring a VA, a client success manager, and just trying to be able to leverage off of other people.
Yeah, exactly. And look, here's a very cool example. Look, there's a race between 3 people, right? One person is in a car, one person is walking, and one person is on their bike, like a bicycle, right? And the distance is 1 mile. Who's gonna win? Like, honestly, just answer. Who's gonna win?
Sure.
Oh God, right? Because they have a faster mechanism, right? So all you need to do is find a mechanism that can get you to the end goal much faster. If your end goal is making 10,000 a month, 5,000 a month, whatever it is, you just need to get there faster. A person making 100 times more money than you is not working 100 times harder. They just have the right mechanism, the right vehicle. Right? And that's all you need to find leverage at each point. So week 6 to 7 will be just hiring a VA, a client success manager to deal with all the meetings. So you completely gradually just take everything off your shoulders, and you no longer have to do much, right? And then like week 8 to 12 comes, right? So it's a 12-week program. This whole process should happen between then. I think you were still on. I think we're around that week 7 to, what is it, week 7, right?
Yeah.
So it's week 7 at the moment. So like, you obviously wouldn't be able to tell properly, but again, week to 8 to 12, like, what are we planning on doing in the next 4 weeks?
Yeah, it's honestly, at this point, you're just trying to maximize your profit, making sure you're not sort of throwing money away on unnecessary things, and just being able to sort of well, I think most importantly is that you basically trying to set yourself up for success, even when you've left the program and you're like, how can I get myself to my goals, even when I'm not in the program?
100%, and that's what I'm trying to make sure that you're maximizing your profits within these next 4 weeks, and there's no like fires being set off, and making sure that beyond these 12 weeks you'll be all right without me. You'll be good to go. Again, if you do want to continue working with me, I'll always be here. But yeah, just that's just a general idea. So let's just to end it off. What advice would you give to people who are either thinking about starting this, or like who have already taken the decision to get inside the program and they're just watching this video initially?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's mindset, 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 right? Just keep an open mind. Like, it is different, right? But it works. It definitely works. You get one-to-one, straightforward advice. Just take a shot at it. Don't keep on thinking. Don't stay in your head, right? So that's the first thing I would say. I mean, you've got to. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna. You might hate me for saying this, but you got your guarantee, right?
Yeah.
So, so it works, right? If it doesn't, you have your guarantee.
Yeah.
And look, you have the other thing is that you have to put the work in it, especially at the start, right? And things will start working out for you. Like you just have to trust in the process, right? And Arjun, you've been there for me, and I'm sure you're gonna be there for all the folks. So I think that's not a problem at all, right?
Hmm.
Uh, and then obviously at the start you're going to be sort of doing extra, and you're sort of going to be maybe cutting out some time for this, right? But then you need to just be able to easily figure out how do you make it into your routine, how does it make it passive and easy for you, right?
Here's what a lot of people do. Like they find difficulty, especially at the start. You get a lot of rejections, right? You get a lot of rejections. Things are a bit difficult. Like they find things getting a bit difficult, and they try and give up. They try and back out. That's something terrible. You should never ever do that, because again, what else is there? Amazon FBA, drop shipping, crypto trading. Let's literally analyze all of these, like Amazon FBA and drop shipping. Okay, go on, then put money into what's it called, the inventory, and then the ads, and the all the nonsense that goes into it, with keeping like barely like any profit margins. Crypto, the volatility, I don't need to speak much about that. Trading is much more longer term. So these businesses are like cash flow businesses, right? It's currently worth about around 500 billion, this digital marketing industry, and it will be worth about 1.3 trillion by 2030. So that's incredibly important to understand. It's a growing industry. There's a need, right? Because the old marketing methods don't work anymore, like billboards, flyers, because people's eyeballs are on their phones, and that's why everyone wants now. So like, is there any like last advice that you would give to people?
Yeah, just literally the last thing that popped in my mind, like, why do you go to the gym with a friend? Because you need to be accountable. Like you need somebody that when you're in your on a bad day, somebody's like, no, we're still going, right? You need to have some that accountability. You just need somebody external to yourself saying, where are you at? What are you doing? Have you hit your goals or not? Right? So just have somebody, it could be a close friend, it could be a spouse, just hold yourself accountable. That I've said that I'll do this, I'm gonna see this through, and somebody to make sure that I see it through, right?
100%, 100%.
That's
And
all. Yeah.
exactly, and that's why I kind of encourage people to bring on their friends as well, like to do it together, right? That's why we kind of have that referral scheme as well, so you can bring on your friends, do this together, because this is a business we're trying to start together, right? Like it's very fun and useful when you have other people doing it with you. You can kind of hold each other accountable, and then do it together, right? Do it together. Everyone keeps an open mind, learns new way of thinking, new business, and learns a lot more skills. But anyway, we'll end it here, and I really appreciate you coming on this call. I just wanted to bring you on this call just to show people like what can happen, like pretty realistic results on how it all happens is just through the one-to-one support, the community we build, my help, and me truly being there for you guys. So yeah, we'll end it off. Anything else that you'd like to end off with?
No. Honestly, it's been amazing.
Perfect. Hopefully you've been able to watch the full video. Hopefully it all makes sense. And at the end of the day, look, if you're someone that has been wanting to get more time for yourself, your family, practice Islam in the best way possible, like you want more money saved up at the end of the month, tired of the inflation, rising living costs, salaries still staying the same. And you want to build generational wealth, have a passive income stream, and actually be able to escape the rat race, right? And actually be able to help others, then treat yourself with the things you like buying a house, buying a car, watch, whatever it is that you like, right? So I just want to end off with, I know you're probably thinking, what is this? Like, you see so many people trying to sell things online, and my intention truly is that I help people, especially Muslims, and this is something that I've done myself, so I want to share my experience and kind of do the same for others. And then I want to leave you with something Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to us, that trust in Allah, but tie your camel eyes and do the actions necessary to actually get to your result that you want, right? Which basically signifies that we have a personal responsibility alongside keeping faith in Allah. A lot of people are blaming Allah for things that like you haven't really done the actions. So if you've just been working a 9 to 5, you haven't really been trying things. This is something that I want to offer to those people. Like, I'll help you avoid any unnecessary stress, wasting any money or time. I've given people a guarantee that if you don't get to a specific result, like, you have this guarantee in place that you have nothing to lose. So you have two options now. If you're ready, if this all makes sense, I'll leave my website down below. Just book in a call with me, and we'll chat. And only do so if you have 45 minutes a day to spend on this. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Second, you actually have the financial resources to get this started. I've given all the information, so make sure you read the website and go through this video and understand this properly. So book a call if you're ready to jump on. But if you still would like to get to know me more, you can have a look at all my YouTube videos. There are a couple of videos on my website. But yeah, inshallah, please make sure that if you are in a position where you're not really happy with your current state in life, do something about it. If it's not me, let's be someone else, but just do something about it.